Hey y'all. Welcome to day five of the Reset Your Mental Challenge year end edition. Whew. Yeah, we are officially over halfway done with the challenge with day five. Oh my gosh. First, I want to say thank you to everyone who has watched all four videos so far, and you're still here with me. Bless your heart. Your consistency is telling me that you are ready to make some things shake in your life and or you just really support me, and I appreciate that because I'm gonna support you back. Okay. um, for the people that are new here, I am Mia Bia, ancestral healer and intuitive mindset coach, and I help people transform their lives from the inside out. That is why we're doing this thing right here, this wonderful challenge. It's growing us, it's stretching us, it's pulling at us. It's opening our heart. It's making us cry. It's making us go, whoa, really? That's why. Yes, it's doing all of that because that's what we need right now. Now, day five, I want to say it softens up, but yeah, not exactly. We still doing some work today. Okay, we still doing some work today. It it's it's transformation work, so it's always gonna be a little heavy. And for you being here right now, th- listen, the heaviness of the work is easier than the heaviness of that frustration you've been feeling. And you onto something, okay? All right, so day four was crucial because we identified the limits that we have that have been blocking us from receiving the desires that we read about on day three, right? And knowing the problem and actually making changes, though, those are two different things, because a lot of people can know what they do wrong, but or know where their limits are, or know what they need to change, but actually doing the work to change it, that's a different level of responsibility right there. So day five is asking us to be responsible, to take accountability, to say, all right, I have all this information that I found out over days 1 through 4. And now I'm sitting here with all of this information and I need to make a decision because clearly I can't keep going this way because going this way is frustrating me, overwhelming me, um, making me feel away. So I got to change something. Today, we're going to figure out what we need to change, what we're willing to adjust right now to have the life that we desire. So get out your journal, get your notebook out, get your reset your mental inner healing journal if you have it, get that out. Uh get out your voice memo, set your yoga mat out so you can do some meditation, whatever you're going to do. Do that so we can get it together. First question, what are you willing to adjust right now to have the life that you desire? Looking back at day three, we see that there is an evolved version of ourselves, a higher self, right? That needs to be activated in order for us to live in those things that we desire. Because, like I said, day one, all those problems, our frequency was low. We was low vibrational. Life had kicked us down to where we forgot our power, and we shrunk and we became this unrecognizable person that's just irritable. But then we were grateful, and then we put our desires back in focus for a moment, and then we decided to see what's limiting us and keeping us from those desires. So now that we know what's limiting us, we can figure out what we need to change. Okay. My higher self can have all that I desire. But where I'm at right now, so I got to get some discipline going on. I have to get some focus going on. I have to make some sacrifices, right? And it's all possible because we saw that because we removed those limitations yesterday, right? But before the change happens, we have to identify what our stop points are. What's the stop? That's why we're asking ourselves, what are we committed to changing now? What are we committed to changing now? Because again, we're being honest, we're being transparent, right? Most of the time, the biggest issue we have with evolving and growing and changing is the fact that we're not willing to commit to consistent changes in behaviors and habits in order for us to elevate. Okay. So today, what am I willing to commit to changing? Where does my consistency stop at? Where is my ooh, that's too much. Mm-mm. Where's your resistance? Where's your resistance? Okay, because the truth is habits, they gotta change. They gotta change. What habits are unhealthy for you right now? What habits keep you stuck in that low frequency? And what habits are you willing to give up right now to have the life that you desire? Not you won't have the life that you desire tomorrow, literally, but it's it's closer than you think it is. Okay. And again, like I said, we're being honest. We're being honest, right? Yesterday the example was about finances, right? That's the easiest thing to talk about. Um say day one my problem was I don't have enough money to take care of bills, right? So what does that mean? There's a few things that you could do to fix that problem. Say you have a job, you got a good job, you make good money, and you still don't have the money that you need to pay for the things that you need to have in your life. I, are you willing to budget? Because clearly we don't have one. If that's the case, are we willing to look at those limits again and look at those generational limits? Are we willing to dig deeper into those? Are we willing to reshape our whole relationship around money and finances? Are we willing to look at money as energy today? Are we willing to see money as a tool for advancement and not just a tool that we're using to buy things so that people can think we got it when we really don't? Like, what are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up that image, right? And are you willing to give up certain pieces of the lifestyle that you've been living to have the lifestyle that you want? And I'm not judging anybody at all because I can't do that. I'm far from uh, I'm asking you to just be honest with me, to hear the honesty, because sometimes honesty does feel like judgment when we're not ready to look at ourselves like that. So I'm saying what I'm saying with love, right? If your finances are your block, you got to examine your spending patterns. Are you willing to budget? Are you willing to give something up temporarily to remove that block? Are you out here buying substances? You buying bottles in the club, you spending $500 on a Saturday night at the club or more, but you didn't pay your car note. Like, those are the things. That's why you're frustrated. That's why you're frustrated. It's because of that. Like, it's prioritizing. So you're adjusting your priorities. Yeah, you're adjusting your priorities. You're adjusting your viewpoint on those issues and those problems that you're having. You're switching your perspective so that you can make these changes. Okay, most of the time, once you make a sacrifice and you feel that alignment that comes together, you know what I'm saying? Once you make the sacrifice, like, okay, I'm not going out this weekend I'm not gonna spend that 500. I'm gonna go and pay my car note. Once you pay your car note, ain't nobody calling your phone every day. No threats to repossess your vehicle. You got less stress on you. It feels good. And sometimes you think the sacrifice is temporary, but once you're really in it, you're like, this feel good. You may not want to go back. That's where the real change comes in. And this is coming in hot. This coming in fresh right here. So we gotta think about it. Like we hear like, oh, um, sin, right? So I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing, something that is not um for my best interest of my highest self, right? Something that is blocking me from being my highest self. So repentance, right? That's supposed to be when you say you're not going to do that thing anymore, right? But in order for you to get to a space of repentance, you got to build habits of commitment. You got to be like, okay, I'm committed to stopping this for a few days. uh I'm committed to fasting for 7 days. What if your problem is food? I'm committed to cooking a healthy meal at home for 3 days out the week. I'm like once you start doing it and your body feels better and you see what it feels like to be on that higher frequency, you like, oh, we ain't going back to the other stuff. We're not going back to the other stuff. And that's what real repentance looks like, because you don't even want to go back. That evolved version of you feels better than those old habits ever did. Okay, so you're gonna ask yourself today, what can I change today? What can I change in 30 days, 90 days, a year? And if you only willing to make a small adjustment right now, that's fine, because this is a journey. We growing over here, and growth is an everlasting journey. It's life is literally a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not over tomorrow. You got you got some time. But don't underestimate those the small changes that you're making today to lead you up to a bigger change. Okay. You gotta start somewhere. And when you're not like used to being disciplined in certain areas, it's hard. And you gotta give yourself some grace. Okay. So, as you think about what you're committing to change, you're gonna have some emotions coming up. Probably frustration, anger, a little bit, cause man, I don't want to give up. You gonna feel that, but really, it's fear. It's your ego. It's your pride. It's worrying about what other people think. But all of those emotions that come up, that's information for you. Just like we've been gathering, if we've been building an FBI case on ourselves for this whole challenge. But that's the point, because the whole point of it is for you to get to know yourself again so that you can reset your mind and renew your mind to process and move as the evolved you and not on that lower frequency again. So now you should be journaling. Like I said, journal it, voice note it, reflect on it, meditate on it. However you've been processing it throughout the whole challenge. The emotions let you know what still needs to be healed. They let you know what you need to dig into a little further. Now, our deeper reflection, I want you to go back and reread everything you wrote on day one. Reread all them problems. Now look at what you wrote today and ask yourself, are the sacrifices that I'm willing to make today that I wrote down, are these enough to move me in the right direction? If you say yeah, cool. If you say no, I want you to ask yourself this. What's keeping me to commit from committing to a bigger adjustment? And am I showing myself grace through the process? Cuz don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself, because it's easy to be critical, overly critical with yourself. This day 5 is not about shaming yourself. It's not about becoming your own worst critic. It's not about beating yourself up. It's about awareness, continuous awareness, and gently guiding yourself through with grace, with grace, with grace, with that unmerited favor, with that grace. Okay? Because you're going to grow anyway. The question is whether you're growing intentionally. That's the point. I know y'all got people around you, people in your family that's been doing the same stuff for 10 years, complaining about the same stuff for 10 plus years, in the same predicament for 10 plus years. Do you want that to be you? That's a real question. Do you want to be like that? No, I know you don't. I know you don't. Because if you did want to be like that, you wouldn't be watching these videos. Okay? So you're willing to work on becoming who you need to be. Okay? And let those problems and those emotions that you felt on day one, let that be your motivation. Let the discomfort be why you're willing to make the sacrifices that you need to make. Okay? Now, that's all we have for day 5. Day 6, I promise, is way easier. And day 7 is a little cherry on top. Boop, easy. Day 7 is easy. So we're almost through this thing. Thank you so much. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check the description box below for previous days' videos, as well as the link for the journal, as well as social media for me. I see y'all tomorrow.